role retail media can play in connected television is not dissimilar from the role we play in other channels. I think the challenge is the process for building creative, getting inventory aligned with our audiences, and continuing our closed loop and incremental measurement promise to our CPGs creates a few new hoops to jump through, a few new partnerships, and a few new policies to get in place. So the story is the same, the process is different, and so we need partnership, we need collaboration, and we need CPGs to help build with us.
No, it's very interesting. So, are there any friction points along the way, or things that people should be aware of when they get into this?
There's a lot of friction in TV and CTV in general, and then obviously the deprecation of cookie, identity preservation is a challenge for a lot of different companies. Retail media has some of the best closed loop identity solutions out there, but we don't sit on a tremendous amount of CTV inventory. So leaving our nest in privacy compliant ways that bring performant media through partnerships outside of the Albertsons Media Collective or retail media in general is the secret we all need to unlock.
Actually, I was hoping you could elaborate a bit because that's one of the big promises of a retail media is that a retailer like Albertsons, you have this vast trove of data about consumers and their purchase history, right? How can you tell us, what's the advantage of having that?
You know, retail media's value exchange in the CTV journey is one of knowing those shoppers for 14 years on average plus, knowing that they're coming back to our stores 2.5, 2.6 times a week, and knowing that our CRM systems and our loyalty programs have such a deep penetration. People love them, they love using them, they're the consistent ID for online, offline. And so that's the value that we start with. Bringing that to market in the vast array of places to buy TV and CTV and the vast array of ways to target differently, measure differently, creates new things that need to be tested and validated so we can confirm the same level of statistical significance in that measurement as we can do with a campaign that runs on Safeway.com or through a more established digital partner like Google, Trade Desk, or Meta.
Well, it's interesting. So when you're talking to clients and media buyers and perhaps brand managers, are you going through an education process? Are there any common questions that come up, or any maybe some myths you need to demystify for them?
Yeah, I think the conversation that we're having with CPGs today and our CTV partners is, where does retail media led CTV play in the sales funnel? So awareness being at the top isn't always where RMNs have shined the brightest, and it's not through our inability to do so, it's through the history has not always reflected that as a need for us. So figuring out where CTV fits. Are we driving low funnel sales? We certainly can do that. Not all CTV inventory will provide that type of value. And so are we able to cherry pick the right inventory to consistently deliver incremental sales growth to a CPG? If so, I mean, that's a rinse and repeat model that everyone will be very happy about. Doing it consistently across the wide spectrum of inventory out there and the changes coming with identity, I'm going to say will require a lot of testing and a lot of collaborative design to maintain that type of closed loop. We can also move up the funnel and talk about brand building, awareness, new product launches, and retailers are well poised to do that as well, especially with our deeper merchant integrations. So we can bring that new brand builder, that new customer KPI to life with more upper funnel targeting.
Well, that's great. And also, I understand you have a new collaboration or partnership with the Trade Desk, the giant demand-side platform. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we wanted to bring a new way to work with retail media. Trade Desk had a very well-adopted, well-supported self-serve interface. So knowing agencies and some of our clients play there already, we wanted to bring our audiences and measurement to market in a way that lets them shine where they need to shine. So an agency, for example, is not going to buy managed service through retail media. They're a managed service already. So managed service plus managed service equals very little dollars left for media. But we can still support them in a way that is incremental because those agency dollars aren't coming to an RMN anyways. We can bring our audience and measurement through privacy compliant solutions into their ecosystem. So it's our data, put it through privacy compliant solutions that lets them run on their rate card, their inventory choices, their hands-on keyboard. It's a really nice exchange of solutions in service of our CPGs.
Well, Evan, this has been really informative. We really appreciate you spending the time with us. Finally, I'd just like to ask you, looking ahead, is there anything you're excited about, or perhaps something that keeps you up at night? What can you tell us about the year ahead and what we might see?
Yeah, retail media, it really has two clients. We have to keep our shoppers happy and inspired and coming back. And when we do that, and Albertsons does a great job of that, then we have a reason to call our CPG clients to come and invest in our media solutions. So when I think about innovation and what comes next, it's really ways to keep those shoppers inspired. I think shoppable video recipes, personalized content in the places that they feel are appropriate. So managing ad load, frequency caps, in a way that then proves the performance so the CPGs continue to invest and build with us.